Hey, I'm FTFE and welcome back to the channel that holds a pillow on the face of stupidity until it stops struggling.
Shh, just stop struggling. Just let it happen. Stop struggling. It's nearly over.
Sorry, you're not supposed to see inside my head. It's a dark and scary place. Flat Earth is fucking stupid, and it blows my mind every time I discover a new flat earther. To think that there are so many idiots that think they're smarter than all of the scientists in the world makes me weep for humanity. But not all flat earthers get along. This video is about a flat earther that seems very angry at other flat earthers, but he does have a video titled Model of Flat Earth showing curve and stars pressurized atmosphere. Could he be the first flat earther ever to have a working flat earth model? We'll find out at the end of this video, as Moonshiner is the moron on display in episode 37 of Flerfs Are Idiots.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Thank you for joining me once again as we take a look at the people that got their brains from the bargain bin at a convenience store. Moonshiner thinks he's debunked the ISS. Let's find out why he's an idiot. Engage facepalm protection.
Yes. I'm going back to my ball. Here's the ball. Beautiful ball. Do we live on a ball? Are the satellites in space? It's the satellites in space.
No, we don't live on a ball. It's a globe. Yes, there are satellites in space, but more importantly, clean your fucking home.
It's the satellites in space. We can see them. I'm going to be a baller. A globalist.
Or you could say a normal person.
But that ain't going to happen.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it? I guess you're not smart enough or brave enough to admit that you've been conned by snake oil salesmen like Eric Dubay, Nathan Oakley, and Delroyd. Unlike this man, Seek Truth, Speak Truth, who was the 5th ex-flat earther I've had on the channel. You should check out his interview with me, Team Skeptic, and science or satire disembodied voice Sean Hufford in the link in the description.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in every single flat earther.
So am I, mate. So am I.
Honest flat earther that is out there that does not and will not support, has not yet supported me in a demonstration of why satellites cannot possibly exist.
I'm confused. You want flat earthers to give you money to prove satellites don't exist? You're wrong, you know. Why do planes have GPS receivers on the top?
All them astronomers. Oh, Katie Onbull, all pretty lovely little things she is, but she's satanic. That beautiful bird who come out of university, got all her degrees and whatnot, 33 degrees probably, says to us all, to the children she says this. You can tell a satellite's a satellite because it's moving across the sky and it don't flash, it don't blink like an airplane does. That's the difference between a satellite and an airplane. Airplanes flash, bleep, 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 bleep. When you actually see them go across the sky.
Yep, because planes have the flashing lights on them called strobe lights, and these serve to augment the plane's visibility at night. This isn't needed by satellites, and the light you see from them is usually reflected sunlight.
But that little bitch, Katie Onbull, is lying. She knows she's lying. She knows she's lying. She's just in there for the money. Give me the money. Right, I've got a satellite. I've made a satellite. And I'll prove it to you. Right. Look. Here's proof, you've seen on the screen. Moonshine 1, right?
And that is why you don't have a job designing satellites.
Beep, 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 beep. There's two things you should realise about this. Satellites cannot orbit a little bit of the Earth if it was a ball. They can't do that a little bit on the top. It always has to be around. It'll have to be always around the equator. It would always have to be around the equator if they had them.
Actually, that's not true at all. There are essentially three types of orbit: low Earth orbit, medium Earth orbit, and high Earth orbit, with most orbits having an orbital inclination. The majority of orbits around the equator are actually geosynchronous orbits, which have to be at exactly 22,236 miles above the equator so that they match the orbital period of the Earth. This is where TV satellites are placed and why satellite dish installers have to point all the dishes at exactly the same spot in the sky.
Right? And because you couldn't go this way, you couldn't go around a ball that way because of this bulge, this equatorial bulge, 26 miles high, they're reckoning.
That bulge isn't just a hump at the equator of 26 miles. The equatorial bulge is just the difference in the equatorial and polar diameters of Earth. That means that the diameter here is 26 miles more than here. So that's a 26-mile difference over 6,200 miles. It's not something you'd notice. That's 0.42%.
So, that'll disturb the mechanics of how it would orbit. So see, that's the equatorial bulge here. So it's going this way. But this is sticking up. More mass under there than there. More mass, more land.
Oh, I love it when a fucking idiot proves a globe point. Yes, there is more mass, meaning you're actually further away from the centre of the mass. That coupled with the centrifugal acceleration at the equator means you weigh about 0.5% more at the poles than you do at the equator. Because the gravitational acceleration is only 9.78 meters per second at the equator, but due to the closer distance to the centre of Earth and the lack of centrifugal acceleration at the poles, it's 9.832 meters per second squared. This is why scales are calibrated locally so sneaky gold traders can't buy some gold, head north of the equator and sell it for more.
But that's what had happened. So you couldn't get an orbit that way. The only possible way for it to orbit would be around that equatorial line, a bulge all the way around. If there's a bulge there, which it probably ain't. Oh, yes. You got to prove there's a ball there first. They ain't done that.
Really? It hasn't been proven? It hasn't been proven that we live on a sphere. Really?
We see satellites. Well, a lot of people see satellites on the TV every day. No shit. But you know, this really annoys me about anyone who supports that journalism, because he's one of the biggest fraudsters out there. He's satanic.
Well, I don't know about satanic, but he's definitely a fraud. I mean, remember that time that he proved there was a curve to Earth?
You're seeing through this hole, through the next hole, and seeing the light at the backboard, or at 17 feet off the water. The Earth is flat. If he's holding it up at 23 feet high and we're seeing the light, well, that's because the Earth's curved. So I should only be able to see it when it's at 17 feet. Okay, go ahead and drive down there, Enrique. You're gonna hold the light there. Enrique, how high is your light?
17 feet.
I mean, you know, it's as, we don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting. Interesting.
Or that time that he observed the ISS transit the moon and backed up Red's Rhetoric's observations.
My alarm went off on my phone and I knew I had 10 seconds. I counted down in my head 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I remember waiting, like what? And then sure enough, there it was. So it was within 2 or 3 seconds of what time it was supposed to, I think. And here we go. We're going to watch it again, this time at 50% speed. Go ahead and see it if you don't see it. Starting about 2 o'clock and ending around 8.
Ah, good times. But yeah, there's no way he can still be a flat earther, if he ever was, after he keeps proving the globe.
Journalism, you is a satanic idiot. You might not be an idiot because you're going to make loads of fucking money out of this YouTube. Screwtube, that's what he means. Right, Moonshine 1. Why you cannot see a satellite? Nobody can see a satellite if they existed anyway. Now, think in your mind, you yourself is the sun. Your eyes are the sun. Gleaming out streams of light.
Oh God, no! How do I turn this off?
Right, that's because the camera has to represent the sun, which will be you in your eyes. You're going to witness this. Well, you cannot see a satellite. We have an Earth, they say, 8,000 miles in diameter. 8,000 miles. 8,000 miles of mass, of material. You can't see through this. It's rock. You can't see through it. Can you see that? Can you see through that? Can you see? I can't. I can't see what's on there. I can't see through. Even though this ball, this particular ball's hollow, so it ain't got much mass. But if it was a solid ball, I still wouldn't be able to see through it, would I? Come on, right? Right.
Okay, so you can't see through the Earth. Well done. Things aren't invisible. Discovered by Moonshiner, January 2020. To be honest, that's probably the greatest achievement by a flat earther ever.
So you can't see through it. You're saying that's pretty bloody obvious, isn't it? But this will become obvious to all of you people. Why they don't exist. You know, okay, Tumble says, oh, you can see them because they don't flash. It's just a light like a star going across the world. What you see there must be bleeding stars or they're airplanes with their headlights on. They have to be. Moonshiner 1. Orbiting the planet. Which way do you want to go? Do you want to go? So shall we go? We'll go this way. Wait, see, can you see it? Wait, oh, fucking great.
What is it with flat earthers and making sound effects?
You're at cruising altitude, so as you are rising in your plane, okay,
See, can you see it? Wait, oh, fucking great. Trouble is, this is the lit side, isn't it? Because the sun's there. You're the sun, projecting light onto this globe. Right? Right? Moonshiner 1. But you can't see it in the daytime because the sun is overwhelming. The light just, there ain't no, you couldn't do it. You couldn't film it against the sun, obviously, in the daytime. Right? So this satellite, beep, 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 what is it, 45 minutes around there. Right, 45 minutes later, it's going around this part of the world, isn't it? It's dark this side because there ain't no light. The sun can't get to it. Can you see Moonshiner 1 now? Can you see the satellite? Good going. 45 minutes later. Ah, there it is, on the light side. Now, this part of the world is lit up on their little ball. You'll see it in the daytime. But you won't see it because the sun's too bright to blind you. So you won't see it anyway. 45 minutes later, it's behind the Earth. And all the light from the sun is being blocked from reflecting off this thing. This thing's black. Now you see it, now you don't.
Here's the thing, you can't see the ISS most of the time. The only times that you can really see it is when the ISS transits the sun or the moon, or during a small window just after sunset and another one just before sunrise, because the Earth is in shadow but the ISS is still high enough that it reflects the sunlight. As this picture shows, the red sections of the ISS path within the shadowed part of Earth is when you can see it moving across the sky. Honestly, just a tiny bit of research would have helped you there. Moonshiner, you're dumb as fuck.
That's it, no, don't. 8,000 miles of planetary ball in the way of this thing. It don't matter how far away that is from this ball, right?
Yes, it does matter how far away from the Earth the ISS is. The further away it is, the longer it would be able to be reflecting light onto the dark side of Earth. You, Moonshiner, like all flat earthers, can't think in 3 dimensions.
Come on, I ain't a very good presenter. But somebody is out there, somebody's got a voice, somebody's got a presentation. Well, I don't know how else you can demonstrate that. Right. It's so fucking obvious.
What's fucking obvious is that your dumbass doesn't have a clue what you're talking about.
It seems I can't make a video without swearing. What the hell?
Don't fucking do that. Anyway, that's enough of that video. Before I finish this video though, I promised to show you Moonshiner's flat earth model. So, here we go.
Where hereby the term God is used in a rather pantheistic sense. And so each emanation corresponds to a different dimension of reality, all connected, and all again said to be in balance with one another.
That's your flat earth model you came up with. I mean, what the fuck? That looks like your bathwater after your yearly wash that you've collected in a plastic bottle. Well, to be honest, it's probably the best flat earth model I've seen. And that's saying something. And that is all the stupid that I can take for today. But, before I go, I want to say a massive thank you to all my patrons. It's thanks to the support and generosity of you guys that I'm able to do this full time, bring you great content, and continue to fight the stupid. Patrons get to vote on what each episode of my series, Stupid Humans, will be about, early access to some videos, and the chance to come on some live streams. Your support is amazing. To join, go to patreon.com/FTFE. And thank you. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell so you never miss anything from FTFE. And remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat.